What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got a special one for you today in remembrance of 9/11, that fateful day, that horrible day, back on September 11th, 2001, when the attacks on the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and so many countless lives lost that day. We just wanted to pay our respect and remember that day with a few of our G.I. Joes that I actually bought in that time period, right around the 2001 time period. Some of these beautiful G.I. Joe figures up here are from that time period. Guys, I can't put into words what the men and women, first responders on that day, what they did was beyond heroic. Putting their own lives on the line to save so many others. Guys, where were you on September the 11th, 2001? Some of my subscribers probably weren't even born yet. And this particular day in 2001 affected everyone, from sports to you name it. Everything was shut down. The NFL suspended all games for the previous Sunday in remembrance and honor of all the lives lost. And Hasbro actually, let me see if I'm getting this right here. This was their new packaging right here, right after 2011. This particular packaging surfaced for them. They started to put this packaging out with the American flag. But before that, this was the packaging right here. Here's our K9 unit tracking and training. G.I. Joe, comes the dog there. Some of these guys just got pulled out of the archives. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the search and rescue team, G.I. Joe. You want bravery. This particular gentleman's job was to go into buildings that had been destroyed, reduced to rubble, to ashes, and it was his job to get under there, underneath all of that debris, to see if he could locate living people, anyone that was still alive, or if he could locate anyone. That was his job. You see, there's a great picture here of him. And the dogs were absolutely fantastic. They were search dogs, heavily trained, extremely experienced. And this is definitely one of my favorite G.I. Joes. The search and rescue firemen are just off the charts, have always been some of my favorite G.I. Joes because who they represent. I have a lot of good friends that are firefighters. And on that fateful day back in September 2001, we lost a lot of fantastic, heroic firefighters. Knowing the destruction that really lay ahead for them, they went into those buildings regardless, anyway. So our search and rescue firefighter, this one particularly, this came out early. I want to say it was August when I purchased this G.I. Joe, 2001, August of 2001. So right before the attacks, the 9/11 attacks. This is my newer Joe from 2011. And he's truly a real hero. Guys, we want to hear what you think about our 9/11 first responders G.I. Joe exhibit. Do you have any of these figures? Do you have any of these figures from that time period? We want to hear all that, guys. Leave your comments right underneath this video. We would love to share, our memories of that day. I could tell you precisely where I was at. I was going to take some classes at a city college. I was taking some courses at a city college, and I just remember walking into my classroom, and I was the only one in there, and another student came in and said, "Hey, class is canceled." And my first thought was, "Oh, great! I didn't feel like being down there anyway, so I could get out of class and go home and relax before I had to go to work." And as I was leaving out, this was downtown Cleveland, I just remember somebody saying to me that the Pentagon, or we're under attack. We're under attack, and I didn't. It just wasn't registering to me. And then that's when somebody told me and a few other students about the World Trade Center. And that's when it all sank in. But our first responders were there on the site immediately. And a lot of lives, I can't say this enough, a lot of lives were saved because of the men and women of the first responders, the police, the fire departments, everybody, just your everyday citizen, everybody joined together. And that's the very essence of why we're so special as human beings. to come together like that in a time of need. Guys, let's never forget. Let's never forget. And here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum, we will never forget. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.